Local police were busy this weekend with arrests for a range of infractions. State Senator Mark Mesmer and State Representative Mike Brown reviewed legislation with citizens on Saturday. Monday with the Mayor features Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz along with City Attorney Renee Cabrick. And Melissa Ilgen of the Huntingburg Merchants Association talks about the upcoming Spring Gala on WJTS Inform. These stories and weather are coming up in the 18 WJTS News. This is the WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bill Potter. The 2016 legislative breakfast on Saturday featured state legislators, District 48 State Senator Mark Mesmer and District 63 State Representative Mike Brown, both of Jasper, on hand to provide updates on topics such as bills looking to be passed, including increasing the cigarette tax, road infrastructure funding, among others. The breakfast was hosted by the Jasper Chamber of Commerce and Vincennes University Jasper campus. Brown says some of the significant issues occurring this week in the State House, with about 2/3 of the bill still active, and may potentially run out of time before they are passed. He says this is possible due to the time constraints or not enough consensus that is required. However, Brown says road funding has a better chance to get through this year's session. Some proposed bills proposed by lawmakers never even make it out of committee. Such was the case of one of the bills that Brown authored this year. It was the publication of health care charges. Brown says he was disappointed, however, that the bill failed to make it out of committee.
It's very disappointing, especially when those kinds of things in my own business over the years, I run to do them because I know the impact it's going to have on the bottom line. When you get in this business of politics, you've got so many things that happen after your idea comes to play, and then let alone bringing it to fruition. You run into everybody that's got a vested interest that, may not like that. And here, I think it's hard for an industry to defend something as simple as show me what you're going to charge me.
Now, State Senator Mark Mesmer joins WJTS TV every Friday night for WJTS Inform while the legislation is in session. He discusses the week's activities. Tune in this Friday night for Senator Mesmer's comments. A Jasper man was arrested for inhaling toxic vapors and resisting arrest in a park shelter house Sunday afternoon on the city's southeast side. Around 4 p.m. yesterday, officers with the Jasper Police Department were called to Bonert Park on the report of a male subject inhaling duster in the shelter house. When police arrived, they saw and observed 20-year-old Carlos Hernandez of Jasper inhaling the vapors from a compressed air can. When officers attempted to take Hernandez into custody, police say he made an attempt to flee. An officer was able to get Hernandez to the ground. However, they say he continued to passively resist. 3 bystanders from the nearby park assisted, and the officer was eventually able to restrain Hernandez, who was taken to Memorial Hospital for abrasions to his face and elbows, as well as being medically cleared in reference to his illegal usage of inhalants. After he was medically cleared, Hernandez was taken to the Dubois County Security Center, where he was booked on charges of inhaling toxic vapors and resisting law enforcement. A Jasper man was taken into custody after he was involved in a domestic dispute late Saturday evening at an apartment complex on Jasper's southeast side. Just before 11:30 Saturday night, Jasper police were called to the Sunset Apartments located along the 600 block of Geisler Road on the report of a domestic dispute. An investigation by police of the incident resulted in the arrest of 38-year-old Jonathan Holt, who police say lived in the apartment in Sunset. Holt was charged with disorderly conduct and lodged into the Dubois County Security Center. A Ferdinand man was placed under arrest on theft and marijuana possession charges Saturday evening after police say he was caught driving a car with a license plate he stole off another vehicle sometime Friday evening. Police say that just before 4 p.m. Saturday afternoon, they received a report of a license plate that was taken from a residence along the 200 block of Lee Court. An investigation by police found that 18-year-old Cody Miller, who lived at the same address, had taken the license plate sometime Friday night. Police caught up with Miller during a traffic stop at the intersection of 13th and Main Streets, where Miller was also found to be in possession of marijuana. Police later found out that the stolen license plate was in French Lick at an impound lot where Miller had been arrested the night before. Ferdinand police say authorities in Orange County were unaware, that the license plate had been stolen. Miller was taken to the DuBois County Security Center in Jasper, where he was booked on charges of theft and possession of marijuana. The Daviess County Sheriff's Department has confirmed that the escaped inmate, 23-year-old Shane Cates, has been recaptured. After receiving tips Friday night, Cates was taken into custody by the Daviess County Strategic Response Unit. He was located at a home in Washington. Multiple agencies assisted in the search for Cates, who escaped police custody just before 11 o'clock Monday night by jumping through a secondary window while being treated at Daviess Community Hospital in Washington. The man accused of causing a wrong-way crash on Interstate 69 in Pike County on February 12th now faces several formal charges stemming from the triple fatal collision. Investigators believe that 48-year-old Brian Piquet of Newport News, Virginia, was under the influence of meth when he was driving the wrong way on I-69 the evening of Friday, February 12th. 12 felony charges were levied against Piquet February 16th. 3 people who were in 2 different vehicles struck by Piquet's SUV, authorities say, was traveling the wrong way, died from their injuries, including 21-year-old Autumn Capperman of Boonville, who was pregnant. One of the charges against Piquet is involuntary manslaughter causing the death of a fetus. The other 11 counts against him include 3 counts each of operating a vehicle while intoxicated, causing death, resisting law enforcement, causing death, and reckless homicide, as well as 1 count of both operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated and causing serious injury and possession of methamphetamine. The collision happened near the 49-mile marker just north of the Petersburg exit. Piquet was lodged in Pike County Jail following his release from the hospital. Authorities say a 55-year-old man has died after crashing an all-terrain vehicle in Orange County. The Indiana Department of Natural Resources says John Burbrink of Mitchell died at a hospital after crashing the ATV outside of Orleans Sunday evening. The agency says Burbrink was riding with a group of friends when he lost control and was ejected from the ATV, which then landed on top of him. His fellow riders immediately began CPR but were unsuccessful in reviving him. The agency says Burbrink wasn't wearing a helmet or any safety equipment. An autopsy is set for Tuesday morning. The crash is under investigation. Authorities say charges are pending against a Jasper man after he was involved in a car versus bicycle accident Saturday afternoon near Ireland in which a Pike County man was injured. The DuBois County Sheriff's Department says just before 3 p.m. Saturday, 58-year-old Ronald Watson of Otwell was riding his bicycle east on County Road 150 north near the co-op, while 18-year-old Noah Cox of Jasper was traveling in the same direction behind Watson. Cox told deputies he saw a car pass Watson before he decided to pass Watson as well. Cox said he passed Watson and then turned into a private drive next to the co-op. He thought he had cleared Watson's bike before he turned into the driveway. Cox told authorities he looked after he turned into the co-op and saw Watson on the ground. Watson told deputies that the right rear side of Cox's car struck his bike after he turned, causing him to fall off. Watson was taken by ambulance to Memorial Hospital in Jasper for treatment after he complained of pain to his ribs, neck, and arm. Damage to Cox's car was set at $200, while damage to Watson's bike was unknown by authorities, who say charges against Cox are pending an investigation. Now please stay tuned. Weather and Prisma Lopez Marine brings us Monday with the Mayor, featuring Jasper Mayor Terry Seitz along with City Attorney Renee Cabrick. And we have sports and WJTS Inform coming up on 18 WJTS. We're local people watching local people.